I should get a trophy for it, but I would give it to myself. But I took 3 kids on a 24-hour train trip.
No, thank you. You deserve money and a trophy.
I took 2 with me from St. Louis down there. They were all in pull-ups with diapers.
No.
I took 2 down there with me. I picked up my daughter. I brought her back. and that was 26 hours each way. With those kids, and we rocked it. Where we had our snacks, we had our tablets, our leapfrogs. I took them to the bathroom and changed pull-ups and diapers. We stayed on a schedule with naps and bedtime, and we rocked it for those days.
I'm exhausted just hearing you talk about it. Like, oh my god.
No, thank you.
When I came to Keisha's house, I took my kids, so I did that trip with 3 toddlers then, and then when they were last summer we did it, or 2 summers ago we did it to go see Indy, and I took 4 teenagers on the train, and we did that trip all over again. So we went to San Antonio this time, and 24 hours again, and
Wow.
From the same
Well,
product.
we don't have a trophy, but when we have merch, we'll send you some free merch.
For free. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Babies Down, Bottles Up. Keisha here, and I'm here with my crew again. Hey girls, how are y'all?
Hey, what's up? We're changing our haze too on this one. Yeah.
We're all changing our haze. Hey girl, no. So, welcome to part 2 of our Father's Day, or as Jocelyn called it, Baby Daddies series.
Nick's not any of our baby daddies though, so
just want to clarify. But hopefully you guys checked out the episode from last week. We had Jamel on and we got to get the background scoop of him and Jocelyn's love story. So hopefully you guys are caught up, and I hope you guys had a great Father's Day, because Father's Day did just pass last week. So
happy Father's Day.
Yeah, by the time you guys are hearing this, Father's Day would have already passed, because we are ahead of the game, like I told y'all before. So
the time machine.
Yeah. I love it. Okay, so before we get started, I want to make sure you guys know where to find us on our socials. So as you know, all of our links, our socials will be in our show notes. But don't forget that the same day you get our episodes on Apple or Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, you can also find us on YouTube at Babies Down, Bottles Up. And then we also have TikTok. That's a long one, so just click the link.
The thing about YouTube is, even though you are subscribed to us on any other platform, go to YouTube and support us, because we're trying to get our subscribers up so we can eventually go live and record episodes live from YouTube. So you actually get to see us if y'all want to.
Maybe. If we put our cameras on, you might be.
And our faces on.
Right. You might
That's going to take
Y'all ain't going to catch me busted up on YouTube.
Hell no. I ain't going to be that blind girl. No.
It's going to be full glam.
Right.
For sure.
Okay, so before we get into our awesome interview and introducing who we have today, what are y'all drinking? I'm not going to start with Karina, because I already know what she's drinking. We ain't even going to go to Karina.
Yeah.
Yeah. Karina's just getting hydrated.
Right.
I'm just skipping this week.
Okay, so Taryn, what are you drinking?
I have a Pinot Noir.
Oh my gosh, she went bougie again. Okay.
Hey, she's drinking something different than yesterday. We recorded these episodes back to back. So
we
did. It's Sunday.
It is Sunday.
It feels weird.
It does feel weird, but I feel like these next couple of weeks we're hitting them back to back. Like, we're recording. We love y'all, because we have been recording. I've been kissing this mic for 2 days now. Y'all better like these episodes.
Yo, we been putting in work for free. Like,
we ain't even getting paid. Okay. All right, Jocelyn, what are you drinking?
I still have my Modelos, but I'm drinking the spicy mango today, and it's really good. Yeah. So can't wait to try those. That sounds so good. They're delicious.
I'm a picky eater, as you guys heard from the game episode.
Yeah.
So that also goes with my drink. So I don't know. I don't know. All right. But I'm drinking Strawberry daiquiri. I don't know who made it, but it's a strawberry daiquiri.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least I know what it is. It's a strawberry daiquiri. It reminds me of Smirnoff, though.
I'm proud of you for drinking on the Sunday night. Look at you.
Right. She's getting turned on the Lord's Day.
I know, on a work night. Some of us got to go and beat the clock tomorrow. But so, like I mentioned, we have a special guest with us today, and we're super excited. Me and Josh have known Nick for a long time. We all play beat ball together, beat baseball. So that's how we met this fine gentleman here. So we are excited to hear his story about being a dad and just being an athlete and all the things. So, hey, Nick, welcome to Babies Down, Bottles Up. How are you?
Hey, girls. Hey.
Oh,
Hey.
He came with bass in this voice and everything.
You're trying to sound good for.
Right. He got his baby daddy voice on.
Right.
Baby daddy voice.
But thanks for joining us. We're excited that you're here. We've noticed that we've gotten a lot of blind dad feedback. And so we're like, it's time to get some blind dads on the pod. So thanks for being here.
And you immediately came to mind, not just because you're a blind dad, but you just are such a go-getter. You are an athlete, but I love how you really go hard for your kids all the time. And I don't know, I may get a lot of like flack for saying this, but I think it's easy for men to, I don't want to say it's easy for them to be deadbeat dads, but when y'all aren't together and when the mom is making it hard sometimes as far as like letting you see kids and things like that, you know, it's easy for men to just like
detach.
You won't let me see my kids.
Detach or not go as hard, and you fight for your kids. And I just really respect you for that. And I just think that needs to be celebrated and recognized. So
yeah. I agree. Nick came to my house with his crew and like
his squad.
His squad. And I actually got to see him in action. His kids are amazing. Like my kids were younger. I think they were like maybe 3 and 4 at the time. And they played hide and seek and like they just enjoyed them being here. So it was cool to see you in action because we see it all the time on social media, how you talk about the things that you do with your kids. But actually like seeing you in action was pretty awesome.
Tell us about you though. We're over here just telling your story for you. Tell us about you.
Got this. Y'all got this. You're doing good.
Right.
Good.
We're just excited. Go ahead.
We are.
I appreciate y'all having me on. I've been here for I've been watching y'all for a minute. I saw y'all when y'all launched, and I was like, where the daddies at? Y'all finally called me, and I was like, yeah, let's go. So yeah, I mean, my kids are my fuel to my fire. So without my kids, I would have nothing. So I'm
How many kids do you have?
I have 8 total kids. I have 7 living kids and 1 baby angel. My youngest is 2. Her name's Indy, and my oldest is Kylie. She'll be 18 in August. So.
Wow. Huge age gap.
I bet you have such good advice for just parents in any part of like their parenthood journey before their kids leave the house. Like, I'm just thinking you are the ones we need to be asking advice from.
Right.
Help me.
Yes.
I have a 13-year-old. Am I going to make it? Are we going to survive?
I ain't gonna tell you it's easy. It's we have our moments, and TikTok don't make it easy around these parts. That's for sure. I'm finna get my TikTok dictionary out so I can learn the new lingo because
TikTok language is real. Yeah. It is real.
If I hear something about skibbity toilet riz bullshit, I swear I can't.
I'm sorry, what?
Right? Hello?
Yeah.
Got to get my riz up.
You got your riz up. That's how you ended up with 7 kids.
Lord.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
Well, let me tell you how that happens. I woke up one day and it was like, here go a bottle, here go a diaper, go do it. Go do your thing.
So tell us like a little bit about your background, like where are you from, what you went to school for, what's your profession, things like that. Give us a little bit of background about yourself.
So I'm born and raised out here in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm 39, so been around these parts every year but one. I moved to Arizona for a year to train for the Paralympics back in 2007.
I love how he just drops that so casually.
I know.
Right.
Paralympian.
The Paralympics, nothing major.
So that happened then, and my story is a complicated one, but it's one that I'm pretty open and honest about. I don't really sugarcoat too much of it. I had 7 kids before the age of 25, and I had my last daughter 2 years ago. So I rock with my kids all day. We've been through hell and high water, there and back, and we made it with a little faith, a little fitness. We make it. I train with my kids sometimes. I've run girls on the run with my girls like 6 times. I try to attend as many sporting events with my kids as I can. I still train as an athlete on about 5-6 days a week. My profession, I am a licensed massage therapist. I am a self-employed practitioner. I have a massage practice in St. Louis called the Human Repair Shop. And I've been doing it for about 12 years now. So that's my passion. Outside of being a dad, massage is my thing. I'm also training to be a certified personal trainer by the end of the year. So that's kind of what I do in my other life when I'm not running, when I'm not biking, when I'm not doing my fitness thing and being a daddy, I'm doing massage. So other than that, I'm pretty boring. I travel a lot, but
boring. What? You just told us all these things that you do. I just remember people lining up for massages at the World Series. Like, where are you going? Oh, I'm going to get a massage from Nick.
I'm gonna go get rubbed on by Nick.
Mr. Rub Me Down.
And you're a single father, correct?
I am. Very single, or chronically single at this point.
Oh Lord, this is not your dating application. I'm chronically single.
Let's just get it out the way. Y'all hit Nick up,
right? No weirdos though, because I've been seeing like your posts.
Actually, email us first, and we'll pass your information along if we think.
Yeah, we'll screen them for you.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Make just being completely raw. Like it's tough dating with teenagers because like. My last couple of relationships, thought they could like come in and handle it, and they was like, can't do this. And so it's tough dating with teenagers. And I don't personally look for a babysitter. I'm not looking for a companion to babysit my kids or take care of my kids or be stepmom in.
Yeah.
Looking just for somebody want to co-pilot this shit with me. But it's been rough. But I do so much other stuff to keep myself busy that and I don't get too lost in the feelings too much. But
yeah, you have a full life.
How do you have time to even think about dating? I would be like, I don't have time. 7 kids.
At this point in life, my teenagers literally are their own people. Mm-hmm. Like they do their own things. They got friends. They drive. They come. My kids go to school at 7 a.m. They drive to school now, and they're gone till in the heart of like the school year. They're gone till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So
yeah. So I just want to ask, like, when it came to public transportation, like when you traveled with your kids, did you primarily go on buses? Because not all of y'all fit in an Uber. So like,
right?
How did
y'all?
So
true.
Tell your Uber
How did you travel with your gang of kids?
Well, I'm old enough to know that I had kids when there wasn't Ubers. So,
right.
So there were times, man, growing up.
See, this is why we just need advice from you, because I feel like we're dealing with like younger kids. We haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, y'all the Uber parents now.
We're spoiled.
And we only have 2, so
Yeah, all of us only have 2 children.
Yeah.
So I guess to make this to be completely raw. So the majority of my kids, so I have 4 kids who I see on a regular basis. I have a daughter my oldest daughter, who's 18. She lives about 20 miles south of me in a little town outside of St. Louis. And then I have a daughter who lives in Arizona who has lived with me off and on. She lasts like 3 years or so. She's been 1 year here, 1 year with her mom. And then she got to a point that she's like, I just want to stay down here. So I'm actually trying to move them to St. Louis in the next year or so because she wants to be closer to her siblings and I want to be closer to her. So I'm trying to drop the money so they can move. And then my daughter Indy she has retinoblastoma. She's in Texas undergoing treatment down there. So I only see 4 of my kids on a regular basis. And it's not the stories about like getting around they were younger. I mean, the stories are the traumatizing parts of like carrying them on the buses and things of that nature. Like when they were little, like having kids so close to back, having 2 car seats, one on each arm, getting up on the bus, 2 toddlers behind me, and me and their mom were together for, a while. So we got through
So y'all were a team during those times. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got through those stages, but there's been points in my storied fatherhood career where I've had my kids by myself. I had full custody of my kids for about a year in 2014, and that was probably the roughest time of my life between losing the rest of my sight just about, and then it was pretty rough. Just every day, I'm talking on YouTube trying to find out how to put a girl's hair up on a ponytail with a vacuum cleaner.
Oh, we talked about hair yesterday too with Jamel. Yeah. It's like a dad's vein of existence. Yeah,
man. But like, I had to like tap back into like my days of playing Barbies with my sister and doing braiding and it was like it's just these things that people don't think about that are so
exactly
hard to do.
They're mundane, but they really are hard when you're in the day-to-day basis that you have to know how to do these things.
Yeah, because if you don't, the reflection, your kids are a reflection of you, and like if you don't, if your kids go to school with nappy heads and two left shoes and
oh my God,
we say all the time we don't get the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Yes. And now I'm curious, how did the public react? Not only are you a single father with your kids, but you're also blind. Did you ever have like any strange interactions or people saying anything that you overheard? I'm really curious about that.
I mean, the typical stuff. I mean, people say things all the time that they think you're not listening, but it's nothing that we ain't heard before as blind people for the most part. A lot of bus drivers, like since I started riding the buses around here before I had kids, I was doing it, as a, riding around as a teenager, going back and forth to the blind school or just out and about, doing my thing as a, in the summertime. So most bus drivers knew me already, and then when I started having kids, they kind of knew the progression of kids. It was 1 kid, then it was 2 kids, then it was 7 kids.
They're like,
One to 7.
Got a whole line behind him now.
He's like Daddy Duck.
Yeah. and like I love the kid. I've had. Look, I've taken 9 kids. I've taken 9 kids under the age of 8 to the movies before by myself.
Oh my!
I'm telling you right now. I took them to go see what we go see. We go see Lego. I think we go see Batman Lego. I think we went to go see, and it was crazy.
I bet.
Insane.
But like because your kids are in different stages and ages, like I bet the older ones helped with the younger ones. No,
they were all under 8.
When they got to like 7, 8, 9, they start really like developing that helping, thing.
Yeah, my 7-year-old is starting to be really helpful, especially with her little sister. Yeah,
it don't last though. I mean, 13.
Don't tell me that.
Right? Gosh. Like it better last. What you mean?
Some hope.
Man, well, they help in different ways now. That you become second fiddle to their lives at some point.
Oh yeah, that is true. That's where I'm at now. It's such a strange adjustment.
I'm just a walking ATM machine at this point.
Damn.
Daddy, where the credit card at? Daddy, need some money, need some gas.
I feel like that starts younger and younger too.
Oh yeah,
these kids want everything.
They do
at 4 or 5 years old already.
What's the age gap between like your kids?
So my older kids are 14 to 18. 14 and 17, almost 18. Then my 2-year-old, my little Andy. So like,
how far apart in age are they? Like, you have an 18-year-old, and then you have
So I have a 14-year-old. I have 2. As of today, they're 14, 15, or let's see. I don't know.
You just gotta think about it.
Let me get my
You got 2. He's like, hold on. There's 7 of them.
I got notes. Hold on. They are 2, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17.
Shit.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, hold on. You have 2 14-year-olds, you said?
2 17-year-olds.
So I have 2. I said it right. 14, 14. Oh, sorry. No, I said it wrong. Okay. 2, 14, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17. I have 2 15-year-olds and 2 17-year-olds.
Did you always want a lot of kids?
Let me tell you something. When I was 17, I swore up and down because I have 14 siblings, so I swore up and down.
Okay, it wasn't your destiny.
Oh, okay.
That was your destiny.
Y'all are so fertile.
Wow. Hold on. So is that the goal? Is 14 your goal?
No,
Okay.
Me and John Deere ain't friends. We ain't spreading seeds like that.
No.
This baby making machine over here is shut down and broken. I unplugged it.
As of 2 years ago.
Right.
I didn't take out the memory card. We're not gonna get that. We're not gonna get that raw about what I said 2 years ago. But we're gonna keep that. We're gonna keep that on the. Yeah.
I mean, but you got two 15-year-olds, two 17-year-olds. You're busy 1 year or 2 years.
2 years. Yeah.
So it deserves a break.
You know.
Okay, so
You know.
tell me to mind my business, but like, how many baby mamas you got?
I have 4.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's not.
Did they overlap?
Did they overlap? I mean,
Yeah, because you have two 15-year-olds. You have
I didn't know if those were like twins or like.
I mean, if you want to do the math, you know.
So you was a player.
You can ask Alexa how that's done. I mean, player.
I mean, they could have been Irish twins. We don't know.
Yeah, what she said.
Oh, Lord.
So I do. I mean, I had some dark moments in my time, you know, trying to just find myself, and I got to a point. You know, look, I am probably one of the rawest people you guys will ever have on here. I'm telling you right now, it's like there was a point in life where like sex was the only thing that made me feel like I was normal, and I just made it happen, you know. And you know, it turned out this way. And before I could get this train back on the tracks, I wound up with babies. But like, you know, they're my babies. They're my babies.
That's
know?
a
But it's a
blessing,
beautiful
though.
thing. Yeah, it's a beautiful
Yeah.
thing, and it's a beautiful thing to watch. Like how hard you go for them. Like I said it, you know, already, but like you don't really see a lot of dads that, especially with that many kids, and you take your kids to tournaments with you. You like you're doing the damn thing, and that's just so rare to see. So,
and your kids are so well mannered and they're polite, and it's like I think you're doing a great job. And I think a lot of people, so okay, we're keeping it raw, as you like to say. A lot of people give you slack, right? Like a lot of people talk a lot of crap, but they can't. I don't feel like they can talk crap about how good of a dad you are.
Yeah, they can say a lot of things about Nick, but they can never say he's a deadbeat dad or not a good athlete or not a fucking go-getter or successful.
Right.
Let's be real.
But I found, you know, we were talking about this with somebody, my boy Crystal, and people don't talk. People talk noise about me, but a lot of what they talk is stuff they don't know because they haven't taken time to get to know me.
I agree.
And the people who know me rock with me hardcore.
Yep.
Like the people who don't know me, they're just who they are, and that just, you know, it shows who they are. But the people I rock with, I'm loyal to a fault. I got a heart that's bigger than, you know, than anything that I know, and the people, like I say, they rock with me, and you know, I know those people. I know who those people are. You know, I've been rocking with Jocelyn since she was in college. Like she did the whole paper on me.
I interviewed Nick for one of my college papers, and I think we were on the phone for like 3 hours, and I just really got to know like his story, how he runs his business and everything. And I'm impressed by you. And I respect like how good of a dad you are. So
I mean, me and
a lot of people are always like, yeah, like Nick this, Nick that, and I'm just like, man, y'all just don't know Nick.
I mean, me and Nick bumped heads in the beginning. Like when
I don't believe it.
No, we really did. Like
we did.
We did.
We won't tell you why.
For real? Over
what? We did.
No, I'm extremely outspoken. You know, there ain't too much I won't say out this mouth of mine. It's, you know, this filter's broken, but I'm pretty respectful and pretty. I consider myself pretty intelligent in what I speak on, and
we're cool though. And I think that the issue that people have is that they know you're intelligent. They know that you are very knowledgeable, and they get I feel like they get.
That's intimidating to people.
It is intimidating to people.
Mm-hmm. You know what? People talk no matter what. If you're doing good, if you're doing bad, people talk. It doesn't.
Hey, all talk is good talk. I say that all the time because at least they're talking about
right. At least we're talking about you.
That's fine. I'm a deadbeat mom according to TikTok.
Oh yeah. So. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want people to talk though. I talk noise. I mean, I'll banter with you till you blue in the face. But as long as you keep it respectful, and in the end of the day, we walk away from it, and we ain't nothing but loves. So the noise that people talk about me doesn't bother me one bit. I'm still out here doing my thing. I'm still out here, pursuing my dreams, my goals, trying to get my kids to the next level, trying to get my kids to be young adults. And the noise don't bother me. It just fuels my fire.
So I'm curious, what's the biggest difference between raising boys and raising girls?
Well, the biggest
let me think.
He's like, go ahead, take your time.
No, it's my girls. The biggest thing, my girls just have attitudes that are just not comparable to boys. Like
the attitude.
So
for sure.
I've heard that girls require emotional energy and boys require physical energy. Would you agree with that?
I mean, so as my kids were getting older, my girls are still more lovey-dovey. Will come over and give me a hug and will come and chill me and just lay on me. And the one thing I do that most people might be surprised by is my daughter. I do massage, and I'm pretty open about the science world and all those. So I went through a period where when me and her mom separated like 5 years ago, like done, and we went through hell since then. But she hadn't started her period before we broke up. So when we broke up and we finally separated, she kind of told my daughter that she didn't have to tell me, and she could tell me whenever she was ready, and that whatever. And I was like, wait a minute, I've been preparing for this since day one. Looking at there are videos on YouTube of how dads prepare for this. So I was like, I've been ready. I've been watching the videos for years now, and you're gonna tell me. So I would ask her now and then, and the way we found it was because my ex, who was blind, we were doing laundry and we found a pad, and when two blind people find, you find pads, the girls. That's how I was like, okay. I was like, hey, have you started your period? She was like, oh yeah. I was like, why you let me know so I can make sure you had what you needed or whatever. She's like, well, mom said I had to. Okay.
But how were you supposed to help her take care of herself while she was with you? That's irresponsible.
So long story short, I get to this point where my daughter now, like if she's having really bad cramps, I do things like reflexology, and I do things that help women through menstrual cycles. And so my daughter will come over and she'll lay on me and ask me to massage her, and that's just help her get through it. So
it is, because I mean, even partners and husbands are like, oh, I don't want to hear about that or whatever. And
go away.
That's not. So
I feel like it's easier for men that grew up with sisters or like just around a lot of women, because Jamel he don't give a fuck either.
Well, my husband, only child, and he learned quick. Like, we are not going to tiptoe around this subject. It's completely normal, completely natural. So he'll go to the drugstore, do whatever he needs to do. And he's just like, Lord, help me, because it's all girls at my house. Even our chickens are girls.
Even our chickens.
You made it when you got to go to the store and like, okay, you go down the aisle, like, what you need again? You need super.
Who likes what?
You need thin. What you need? You need like petite. What?
Nick is like, heavy flow or what?
Like so many choices. Like, man, it's the whole thing. But
well, I know what it comes to when I get to that point in life, because I'm not ready. But I should know because I'm a girl. But
buckle up, Buttercup. It's happening.
What would you say?
I find that most of them, I don't know. I don't know if it's a thing like that girls and the kids nowadays, or it's just always been a thing where they hide it for years, and it's like they're ashamed of it, and It's like, that's who you are. You're a woman. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think
get it.
being a teenage girl though is just so hard. You're
It's
having to
hard
deal
in
with like your
general.
body changing in so many ways.
Yeah.
So I can see how it's
Mhm.
embarrassing.
For sure.
I just
Yeah.
thought that in a world where we have so much information, I just thought like, and we, that movie came out a few years ago called what's
Turning
it called?
red.
Period.
Turning
Period. The end.
red, yes.
There was the one that the period.
The red
Period.
panda
The
one.
end. It was the movie
Oh.
about the girls over in I think India who have a hard time or Africa finding menstrual
Products.
sanitation type stuff and what they go through and how they came to America and yeah. So,
Wow.
Never saw
I
that.
haven't
it's called
either.
Period. The end.
Oh
Wow.
wow. I need to
Wow.
Look,
see that.
he's more informed than we are.
I know.
Yeah.
But I used to work at a middle school, and like when girls were on their their time of the month, if they had a guy teacher and they needed to go to the restroom, they wouldn't want to ask, and so we used to have to tell them, look, they have wives, they have kids, like
Mhm.
Yeah.
they know.
Yeah.
Don't be embarrassed because trust me, they know.
I had to give them the birds and the bees conversation. Like,
I don't know. We have period parties around here because I mean it is a big deal. You're marking your way into womanhood.
Yeah, it's a rite of passage. Yeah, I'm super open with Ari. Like she knows when I'm on it and stuff like that, and she thinks it's gross, but
Yeah, Tanaya too. This is gonna be you one day.
right. Like if I act like it's not a big deal, then maybe when she gets to her time, she'll be
Mhm.
comfortable with talking about it because I've been
Right,
telling her
yeah.
about it for
For
so
so
long.
long.
That's so true.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just gotta normalize it and make it part of
That's
life,
true.
so that they aren't ashamed or embarrassed to say, "Hey, I need this," or
Because
"I'm not
trust me,
feeling
they
well."
realize.
Or be
'cause-
scared when they
Mhm.
get it. That's the
Yeah.
worst, you
Yeah.
know?
But they
Uh-huh.
know because I don't know about y'all, but I don't get no privacy in this house,
Oh,
and
I don't either.
No,
I
me
can't even go to the
neither.
bathroom
Yeah.
by myself, and so
Yeah.
they know.
what is privacy?
Right.
Yeah.
What is privacy?
And then
Oh,
potty
no.
training too. So,
Oh my god.
we definitely go into the
Nick.
bathroom all together. Yeah.
like potty
Potty training.
training. How did that go with all of your kids? Like, was that
The great thing
Yeah.
about having kids back to back to back is that these type of things just happen. They just happen in sequential order. And
Yeah.
so like
So
Well,
you
yeah.
had like
It's
a
like-
couple of years where you were potty training constantly,
Just
and then it was
regularly,
over.
Oh my
man, the last
gosh.
time the last kid I potty trained, like my 14-year-old, he's 14 now. He was potty
Damn.
trained like 14 months, 15 months.
Wow.
He was a
And-
pro by then.
And part of the motivation is that like so this was 2013. Yeah, 13. So yeah. So kids could start preschool at 3 back
Mhm.
then.
Mhm.
That's when they first started it. And so like when you heard that, you was like, oh, really? Motivation. So you gotta because they had to be potty trained before they were 3.
Mhm.
That was
in
the
order for
motivation I
them to-
had with my oldest too. Like you gotta be a big
Mhm.
girl or you can't go to school.
Yep, can't go to school. So pre-K, and that was kind of motivation for it. And then stuff happened, and my kids. I ended up having to rock with my little one for a while. I had to take him out of preschool because I was by myself and running around, having to be at 2 different schools at 2 different times and get kids to
Mhm.
school and back and forth. And
I've been there.
at that time, I could still see a little bit, so it was a
Yeah.
little easier. But
So you
now,
have RP?
I do not have RP.
What do you have?
The reason why I'm blind is I had juvenile onset cataracts when I was like 4. Had a bunch of surgeries. I've had 27 eye surgeries. Two cornea transplants have failed and rejected. Like I said, I have 27 surgeries of scar tissue.
Me
Kinda
too.
layered on.
That's crazy.
And then I went through about 15 years of child abuse. So my dad tried to strangle me when I was 17, then again at
Ooh.
19.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
Wow.
So that's when I lost most of my stuff. That's when I lost the good side I had and started kind of battling through, bouts of like bad side, and then it kind of went downhill from that.
Yeah.
pretty quickly.
Fuck. I'm sorry you went through that.
Yeah.
So you're total now? Like
Yeah.
totally blind?
Just about total.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten confirmation yet, but I haven't been able to see much at all for a while now. I mean, lost all my colors, and I can see light. I can see light some days I can't. Like I'm in my office right now, and like It's this thing where I think my brain, like I created this office, so I know where everything is. I know what it looks like physically, but like when I look at the walls, I think I see green.
Oh my God.
Same.
That's
me
with
too.
me too.
Me too. I know I can't see stuff, but my brain creates it.
And like, I don't see black. You know how they're like, oh, you see black or whatever. And I'm like, no, like I actually can see things. I just don't really know if like,
and
is my mind creating
I can
that?
visualize words in my head, but like I can see them.
It's
like
mind games, honestly, because I have that same thing. Like
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That I didn't know that everybody else was like
me
that.
Yeah, I call it phantom sight. You know, because like say that people who have who are amputees, they go through the same thing
with like the tingling sensations.
I've had other massage therapists who have said like they've had someone that was an amputee on their table and they were working on like one leg and the person would be like, yeah, I feel that on the other side, and they didn't have a leg over there.
Oh wow.
You know, so it's like these phantom limbs. So I'm like, wow, maybe it's phantom sight.
Phantom vision,
the nervous system.
It's so interesting because I'm actually in massage therapy school now. And part of what they're teaching us is like, you know, if you are massaging an amputee, like you have to actually do the strokes, even if their limb is not there, because they say that psychologically, like they feel it, and it trips me out. But I'm like,
but it makes sense. It's just how your brain works. It remembers even when you don't have that anymore.
I would like to point out that both of our dads have been LMTs.
Yes,
that is true.
That's
I remember that young pup started. I actually love massage. I love all. I encourage all blind people who I know to get into massage therapy school, even if it's not something you want to do like for a career, as just as a backup plan,
as a
side hustle.
Yes,
as a it's like it can be like our DoorDash or our Uber. Like it's something you can do at any point. Nobody can ever say you can't do it.
Take that away from you. Yeah,
that's a good point.
Like, needs to go in.
That's honestly what I plan to do is like use it to do something on the side, like still find another job, you know,
but that could
something
be like
else that's not
second job.
Yeah, but that could be like something I do.
It's a really physical job though, you know, like it like wears on you.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, I don't know if I could do this like full time forever, honestly.
I can teach you how to do it full time.
But it's great. I love it.
You can do it full time. I can teach you the ways. It's physically it is physically demanding, but it's one of the reasons why I still keep myself physically active and physically up, because honestly,
I mean, that's a workout right there. I don't need to work out. I literally feel sore like some days.
That's what Jamel
afterwards.
says. Yeah.
Well, it's counterintuitive. So you have to work out in order for your body to be able to take the abuse. You know, and then you had to keep your body in shape. And once you learn like the ways in which to kind of, you know, alter what you're doing and kind of, you know, I can sit down and give a whole massage and you would never know I wasn't standing, you know. So there's ways to do it, and
that's awesome.
That's that experience.
12 years.
I always love talking massage, so I can talk massage.
I'm brand new. I'm gonna have to reach out to you to get some tips because I'm a newbie.
For sure.
Well, I know we all have a burning question, and that is, how do you teach sighted kids how to drive?
Yes.
I can't. I can't take no credit for it. My ex was sighted, and before we broke up, she taught my daughter how to drive. She had a 16-year-old, she had a 15-year-old, and I had a 15-year-old, and they got the permits on the same day, I think. Yeah, on the same day, and so it just kind of naturally became a thing, and then, you know, she went crazy, and so that was it. But she taught my daughter how to drive.
And then your oldest taught the younger ones to drive?
Well, no, so Justice is now 16, so Justice got a permit at 15. So in Missouri, it's 15. In other states, it's like 15 and a half. So I think in Arkansas, it's like 14.
Some places it's 16 too. I think 16
to get the permit.
In California, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So every state's changed, and now they have this graduated license system where like they get their permit, and then they get their beginner's license. And then at 17, they can get like an intermediate license. And then when they're 18, they get a full, no holds barred license.
That's a
So
lot of steps.
it's a graduate license system now. And so yeah, my daughter who is 16 learned how to drive first, got her license. It took my oldest son a few tests to pass. It took him 12 times to pass the test. So he didn't take it very seriously, but he kept plugging away at it. So I give him credit.
That's good. He made it. That's all that counts.
He kept plugging away at it, and the ultimate, the ultimate motivator for him was that my daughter, who was 15, she turned 15 on February 11th, so she was able to get her permit. And I had told him, I was like, dude, don't let her beat you. Don't let her get her permit.
Yeah.
So she went in. He went in the same day, and he failed the 11th time, and then the 12th time he finally passed. And these kids nowadays are so frustrating, y'all. You guys have no idea. So here, I'll give y'all some insight. So on the driver's test, they go in, it's the written part. They go in, it's all on computers, all multiple choice.
Mm-hmm.
And when they get one wrong, it gives them the answer.
Oh, wow.
What?
I had no clue this was. I didn't know this was a thing. So, my son got to like 6 tests. I'm like, why does he keep? And, there's only so many different combinations of this test they can give out.
He ran out.
By test 10, you didn't see everything.
Right.
Know what the answers are supposed to be at that point.
The whole test.
You should memorize all the answers.
You ought to be a driver instructor at this point, But so my daughter, I was talking to my daughter, and she was like, Xavier, which question did you miss? He was like, I don't know.
Oh, Lord.
She was like, Xavier, it gave you the answer at the end of the question. He was like, oh, I didn't read that part.
Oh,
bro.
I took 12. Yeah.
No wonder why he passed the 12th one though. I'm assuming he got he caught up.
After she told him, you gotta read. You gotta read till the end.
When in doubt, answer C. But yeah, so he got his permit, and I'm that blind parent. It's just me. I'm a single dad. So my daughter's been driving me. So we live 2 miles from my office when I was with my ex. So my daughter would drive me, practice driving by driving me to work, just 2 miles, back and forth. And then eventually I started letting them drive to school, and we was out here riding dirty for a little bit, but now we're legal. But
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. Look,
you trusted her, so you know.
And she got better and better.
You're alive and safe.
Yeah, she got better and better, and we got to this point now where we just drove. Like we just got in today. We drove to Indiana this weekend. We drove to Indianapolis for a b-ball tournament. My daughter started out driving. She drove 90 minutes to Effingham. We got out of there. We got some food, went to the bathroom. My son got in, drove the 2 hours to Indy, and then we drove all over Indy and drove all the way home.
That's dope.
Nice.
Maybe
Road
when you were
trips.
younger, you were like, man, I got a lot of kids. And now you're like, thank God I got all these damn kids.
They got.
They're useful.
They're useful. They got jobs now.
They got jobs. Hell yeah. You are in the golden age, my friend. You are.
Don't forget, he still has a 2-year-old.
Yeah, true.
But I just feel like when I went traveling with my kids,
that's true.
For the first time, when Zane started reading, and we were able to find our bags and everything, I felt.
Oh yeah.
So I can't wait. I got a little bit of peace of now I want more. So
yes,
I envy you.
I can go into a grocery store with my oldest, and we can go get everything we need. I don't have to ask anybody for help. It is so nice. We can go shopping. I can take my time.
I love that.
That's beautiful.
I can't wait.
And see, a lot of people be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna have my kids help me." Okay, well, y'all struggle for the rest of your life, but I'm supporting these fucking kids. They gonna
help somebody.
Yeah, right. So Nick, I have a question regarding car insurance. How do you as a blind person, because obviously if you're sighted, you just put them under your insurance. So how did you, or maybe you're not the parent that's responsible at this point, but have you had to deal with that?
Well, so I haven't figured out this part to the fullest of my extent possible. We're almost fully legal. So so this part, my daughter just got her license. She wants to. I guess it's been like 6 months now or so. So I had to wait for her to get her license in order to get insurance.
Yeah.
And so my old policy that we had on the car just lapsed. So I'm figuring this out right now. So it's always easier if you have for my blind friends that have cars. It's if you have a house or have somebody who has a house and you have
that's what
policy. Yeah, it's always easier to get insurance on a car, even if you're blind, because you have a bundle policy. But I don't know.
Or even renters insurance. Even if you don't own a home, you can bundle renters and auto too.
You can. Yeah. So anytime you can bundle something, it makes it easier. The one thing I do know is that you, as the blind person, are on the policy, but you're listed as a non-driver.
That's how I am, even with, because I own a vehicle, but obviously I don't drive it. My husband does, and that's how we do it. Like I'm on the policy, but not as the driver.
Yeah. And so you find out a lot of things about like insurance. Like insurance still is stuck in the olden times. Like girls' insurance is cheaper than boys' insurance.
That's true because they're less likely
the color,
to get an accident.
The type of vehicle matters. The color of vehicle matters.
That's crazy.
So
red vehicles have higher insurance. Just so y'all know.
Red, blue, and silver and black are the the colors that insurance
and you have
companies.
higher.
That's wild.
Higher insurance if you have a 2-door.
Wow.
And don't get the sport package for your kids because you're gonna be paying out the wazoo for the car.
And don't get no tickets or get any accidents.
Yeah. I talked to him today about that because we were driving and down the highway and we were using Waze, and Waze tells you about like accidents and hazards and all that. And I was like, see, this is what we're not gonna be doing. That's what we're trying to avoid,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. How do you think your blindness has affected like your kids growing up? Like, have you ever had an issue where like, I don't know, they have been bullied at school because they have a blind dad, or maybe like they felt some kind of way about having you come around their friends, or like having to ride public transportation because you couldn't drive? Like, did you have those kind of experiences with your kids?
No, not really. I'm the super dad, so I've shown up and my teachers have my son who seems to get brought up a lot, but he's the runt. He has some behavior issues when he was like starting like 3rd, 4th grade, and the teacher would call me and I'd be at the school in 10, 15 minutes and show up and just be standing outside the classroom. So kids saw me there. I was visible. I took my kids to school every day. I would catch the bus, take my kids to school every day because I had put them in a school. The district in the city of St. Louis had become unaccredited back in like 2013, 14. So I looked around and did some research on schools, blah, blah, and I found a school that was in the district but had autonomy from the rest of the school district, and they had maintained their accreditation. So I was able to get my kids into that school. And the only stipulation was that I had to bring them to school every day. So we woke up every morning, we caught the bus, rain, shine, and snow and sleet and everything else. And I got them to the better schools just because I wanted them to have a chance at an education. And so, I would be the dad at the door and hold the door for all the kids. And they all went in. I was down there for an hour just holding the door for the kids as they got out the bus and got out the cars. And
that's awesome.
I was doing a thing. And so
so you were seen. So it was normal for them to like, that's just that my dad's always there.
I think that's a novelty too.
That is
just because like most of the time the moms are the primary parent. So other kids don't really see the dad, I'm working, I have to work. I can't participate in anything else my kids are doing. So just seeing you there, I'm sure it helped everyone become comfortable.
That's awesome. I'm like really involved in my kids' stuff. And I feel like I am because I want them to know, hey, I'm blind, I'm here, And then my kids, I love it because they'll say, hey, that's my mom, you see her, the one with the cane. And it makes me feel really good that like...
I'm just really nervous for the day when like that doesn't become cool.
Yeah,
not even cool, but like I don't want her to be embarrassed.
I'm not looking for it.
It's never happened to us yet.
It doesn't happen. It really doesn't happen like that. Like like when they grow with us, that's all that's their norm. That's all they know.
Right.
You know?
True.
If anything, we get that. No, your mom's not really blind.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
Yeah.
No.
I think it's like how you set the tone with your kids. If like you, again, like Keisha, you go out there and you do PTA and you're at the sports and everything, like you're showing up and putting forth the effort to be seen and present. Like, I think the fact that your kids see that really helps their attitude and the way that they view you and how they show you off with pride.
I think so
like,
too.
That's my mom.
Yeah, they I don't know, they're one of a kind. Because even like at our at their games and stuff, when we're there and we're the only blind parents there, but like the kids, they eat that stuff up. They love it, and I don't know, it's just really cool.
What I love,
Well, and there's lots of kids that don't have anybody showing
That
up
is
for
true.
them.
Yeah.
What I really love about, I'm starting to see it now with my oldest. Like yesterday, we were at a soccer tournament and we all went to the bathroom. It's like 3 of us, blind women, and her, 7-year-old little girl. And she's like, without us having to ask, the sink is right here. The soap is going to be to your right.
That.
And like the trash can is right here. Like she's just so
helpful,
used to it,
and
Yes.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, I was so proud of her. Like,
I remember those days.
yeah, just
wait, don't tell me it stops because
Oh.
don't burst my
sounds
bubble.
like it.
those cute days.
Good.
There is progression through those days because, like, when they were little, like when they're 2 and 3 years old, you reach down the hand, put your hand on their shoulder, and they walk into a pole.
Yes,
and they tell you pole as you're walking into it.
Yes, that happens for sure.
And they progress. They do this thing where they're super helpful. And then they like, oh, damn, sorry, I forgot about you.
Yeah.
I did sight a guy with my 5-year-old today. It was like, I wanted to get a picture.
Oh, I sighted guide with my 13-year-old all the time.
But my little girl, she's 5. She's short as hell.
Yeah,
I feel like
just hold on to her shoulder because she's so short still.
That's what Zane does. That's what Axel does with Zane. Yeah.
I feel like my 3-year-old does that already because he pulls me. He's like, "It's over here." I'm like,
yeah.
Okay,
We have one of our kids who have blind parents are one of a kind. I always say that
they're different for sure.
Very different, and they'll accept you for where you are, who you are, and I think that I don't know. Everybody should just go blind so they can all have good kids.
Oh, here we go.
Smart, really smart kids.
Yeah.
We're humble.
Yeah.
There are a lot of beatball kids that have been around. Like, there are a lot of sighted kids who have been around beatball their entire life.
So true. Look at the Simpson kids, the Mathenius too.
Yeah.
They're still in it. That's, it's beautiful to watch. That's going to be our kids one day, Keisha.
I know.
Ari's going to be out there pitching and
I know.
shit. Wow.
Zane too.
That's wild to think about.
That's so cool.
Zane's dying to play baseball. And so
she wants to catch. She like already wants to, she wants to catch. She wants to be a catcher.
Zanaya's like, I'm too girly for all this. I'll just watch. But Zane's
I don't want to break a nail. Yeah.
Right?
That's crazy.
Well, Nick, is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners that we haven't hit on so far?
One thing I would say about, dads and parenting and all that, it's I've gone through, hell and back with trying to remain relevant in my kid's life. And I know it's easy to think that some dads just kind of disconnect and walk away, but until you've been inside of a courtroom, until you've been like on the other side or even like sat up on the fence and heard the stories and heard the hell that some people go through, you just have no idea. Like, there are so many dads out here that want to be a part, and just, I had to pay $3,500 just to even get an attorney to even talk to me one time. Like, everybody just doesn't have that money. And like, a case in Texas alone, I mean, I know things are bigger in Texas, but a retainer fee for an attorney in Texas was $7,000.
Yeah, it's like $7,500, something like that.
And when you hear that as a person, if you're even remotely poor, like, you just like, what?
Yep.
Can I make payments? Can I?
Right.
So I just think that, like, when our only options as dads are to get an attorney in order to remain relevant in our kids' life, it's rough. When you're just trying to survive and you're just trying to do the little parts you can. And there have been dads I heard that just said, "Look, I had to let go." And when the kid turned 18, they came and found me.
Yeah.
And I got back to knowing them, and we caught up, and we got but I just didn't have $10,000 to drop on an attorney at that moment.
Yeah, I
So
think that's really important because a lot of the court system, the way it's set up, it sides with moms, especially if she's a fit mother. It definitely like sides with the primary parent, and like, yeah, we never know the backstory. We never know if that dad did try to get close to their kids, and it just wasn't financially possible or whatever. So like, we don't know what their story is, and we're so quick to say like, oh, he just didn't want to be involved with his kids, and we don't even know.
Well, if you need any, I'm not an attorney, but I know some. So if you need any help here in Texas, just let me know. I'll get you connected with the right people. So
I'm dealing with that mess right now. So my attorney just died actually. So
oh
my
shit!
goodness.
Oh my gosh! Do you get your money back?
it never stops.
Damn, his case was that stressful.
Did he help you at least before he passed?
No, I don't know what to do. That's so rough. Looks like I did not get my money back, and like in order for me to get my money back, someone told me I got to go and find out if his estate is in probate yet or not, and if it's not, then I got to wait until it gets in probate. I got to get an attorney.
Oh, you got to get another attorney
to get probate to get my money back from it.
Oh my god!
Well, hit me up. I may be able to help you figure something out.
I'm telling you, it is not easy out here, and it's no knock on women. No, there is nothing over. We can't have kids without women. Like it's no knock on women. Look, we just got to learn how to be better parents. Learn how to be work together, be co-parents, and know that at the end of the day, it's just about the kids. And
it really is.
It is.
And I mean, we're not knocking on women, but I'm sorry. Like, if you're a woman that is just keeping your kid from a dad that wants to be involved, that is a good dad, like, just because you want to be petty, you ain't shit. That's fucked up.
No, that is.
It's really just affecting your child.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Sometimes you got to reevaluate yourself to really see what the issue is. And people aren't comfortable doing that, unfortunately.
If I could go back, I would change.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. In hindsight.
Young Nick. Young Nick. But, I appreciate you guys having me on, and let me talk and, chit chat with you guys for a little bit.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thanks.
This was awesome.
Thank you for opening up and sharing all, the hardships and the good times and the bad times. It's really informative and helpful just to have a dad that's single and 7 kids and doing it, and it's really inspiring for sure.
It really is. Yeah.
When you guys want to talk about transportation again, let me know, because we can.
Oh yeah,
let's go into it for sure.
We will. That's a future episode.
I should get a trophy for it, but I would give it to myself. But I took 3 kids on a 24-hour train trip.
No, thank you. You deserve money and a trophy.
I took 2 with me from St. Louis down there. They were all in pull-ups with diapers.
No.
I took 2 down there with me. I picked up my daughter. I brought her back. and that was 26 hours each way. With those kids, and we rocked it. Where we had our snacks, we had our tablets, our leapfrogs. I took them to the bathroom and changed pull-ups and diapers. We stayed on a schedule with naps and bedtime, and we rocked it for those days.
I'm exhausted just hearing you talk about it.
I know.
Oh my god.
No, thank you.
When I came to Keisha's house, I took my kids, so I did that trip with 3 toddlers then, and then when last summer we did it, or 2 summers ago we did it to go see Indy, and I took 4 teenagers on the train, and we did that trip all over again. So we went to San Antonio this time, and 24 hours again, and
wow.
From the same
Well,
product.
we don't have a trophy, but when we have merch, we'll send you some free merch.
For free.
I mean, I've done a 2-hour flight and I'm ready to pull my hair out.
Oh yeah,
flights that, so I cannot imagine.
Flights are next. Cruises are in a couple years.
Yeah, I was about to say a cruise is rough.
Oh, we're not going on a cruise. No, thank you. Not until they're old enough to.
We're going on a cruise in 2 years, and I promise that when my 14-year graduates high school, I'm taking them to Hawaii. So
nice.
That's awesome.
Oh, nice.
I want to go. I haven't been to Hawaii.
What we're doing.
Yeah. That's dope.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing and being so open, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah, I just want to point out, I think it's just so impressive, and I love that we finally did have blind dads.
Yeah.
But not only blind dads, successful blind dads that go through it just as much as moms do, and Black dads. I think
that was
a big deal. Yeah. So I'm really proud of that. Yes.
I'm Black?
Oh, Lord.
Get that memo.
I think so. You sound, I don't know.
We'll come back to that. But thank you.
Take a picture. We'll ask AI.
Let's post it on find Nick's picture along with our socials and our show notes, and then you guys
y'all can let us know he's Black.
If he's Black or not.
I mean, I gotta take a real good picture.
Nick, thanks again for joining us. This was so fun, especially getting to know like your outlook on being a dad and all of your accomplishments. And it was like catching up with an old friend, honestly. Yes. I don't know if y'all felt that way, but
we did.
It was a good talk. It was a good
Look, we record the podcast as much for y'all as it is for us. So
we love doing this. So thanks, Nick, for coming and hanging out with us. We'll definitely be hitting you up for that transportation episode in the future. And the rest of y'all, stay tuned for next week's episode and continue listening. Remember, when we get to 5,000 listens, we have a prize for you guys, some type of merch and a gift card. I don't have an update on the numbers, but I'll have one next week. So I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
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 Both of our dads.
Jamel did that too.
You do that too?